Hi, welcome to 2.3 Physical Science Newton's Laws of Motion. We're going to go over each of the three laws, talk about some real life examples during class, and mainly today we're going to focus on learning Law 1. But your assignment will have sections for all three laws. So, Newton's laws of motion. Law 1 states that an object in motion or rest will stay in motion or rest unless acted on by a net force. Now, that's my version of this. It is not a textbook definition. Law 2 says an object will accelerate in the direction force is applied, and force is equal to mass times acceleration, F equals ma. Law 3 says for every action, force, there is an equal and opposite reaction, force. Force is the key word. So Newton's first law, or the law of inertia, says that an object in motion or rest will stay in motion or rest at constant velocity unless acted on by a net force. And net force simply means that it's going to be a force greater in one direction than the other. Inertia is the tendency of an object to resist changes in its velocity, whether in motion or motionless. Those pumpkins will sit there and not move unless they're acted on by an unbalanced or net force. Something's going to have to make them move. First law in action: once airborne, unless acted on by an unbalanced force, gravity or air friction, that golf ball would never stop. This was actually proved in 1969 when Neil Armstrong hit a golf ball on the moon. Also, unless acted upon by an unbalanced or net force, the golf ball would sit on the tee forever. If no one ever came by and touched it, no earthquake, no vibration of the ground, no air blowing harder than it should, if there are no outside forces acting on it, that golf ball would stay on the tee. So why then do we observe everyday objects in motion slowing down and becoming motionless, seemingly without an outside force? It's a force we sometimes can't see, and it's friction. Objects on Earth, unlike the frictionless space the moon travels through, are under the influence of friction. And there are three main kinds of friction: sliding friction, rolling friction, and fluid friction. There's actually a fourth called viscous friction that has to do with oils and other liquid type things next to each other. So friction is the unbalanced force that acts on an object to slow it down or even make it stop. If you slide a book across the table and watch it slide to a rest position, the book comes to rest because of the presence of a force. That force being the force of friction between the table and the book. And that brings the book to a rest position. In the absence of a frictional force, that book would continue to move with the same speed and direction forever, or at least until it hits the end of the table. Newton's first law and you. Don't let this image be you. Wear your seatbelt. Because of inertia, objects, including you, resist changes in their motion. When the car going 80 miles per hour is stopped by a brick wall, your body keeps moving at 80 miles per hour. I'll have several more videos to show you. Thanks for watching. Okay, this video is really pretty short. It's only 20 seconds long, but I want to explain a little bit of background. Several years ago, I took a train trip, and the train was going 76 miles per hour. You can see it on my phone. And this is a Newton's Law demonstration, okay? Because remember, whatever the vehicle you are riding in is doing, that's what you are doing. So the train is going 76 miles an hour. Okay, that's me throwing up and down a pair of socks. Couldn't find a ball. But notice the background that the train is moving 76 miles an hour. But notice the ball, the socks, come right back down into my hand because they are also moving at 76 miles an hour.